So, this morning was an eye-opening experience for me as a mother after having a difficult day with my kids by myself while I've been sick and my husband's gone on business travel. I nicely asked my son to get dressed and come down for breakfast. We had just finished a lovely early morning snuggle, and I fully expected him to come right downstairs, happy and in his clothes, ready for school. The previous day, we had talked about him doing things when I asked nicely the first time. This is, of course, an ongoing conversation, and I generally start my requests really nicely unless the shenanigans are beyond what I deem sane and normal, right? But when I asked nicely, he didn't even move. I came back upstairs and I got down to his eye level. He was still in my bed, just relaxing. And I asked him, why aren't you coming downstairs and getting ready for school? And he really sweetly told me in his little 7-year-old voice that he thought when I asked nicely that it meant that I was just asking him a question, like if he wanted to do that. And he said, Mommy, I know you don't mean it until you start yelling. And I've heard that from parenting classes and parent advisors for years, but it was the first time I heard it and was hearing it right out of my son's mouth. And I was shocked. I'm still shocked, which is why I'm talking to you right now. That's not the type of mommy that I want to be. I dreamed that I would be the one mommy that didn't yell at all, that always said things nicely and sweetly to my kids. And I asked him if he could please, please, please hear me and know that I mean it when I ask him nicely the first time. And, he worked really hard on it all day. And by the end of the day, he asked me how he did, and he had done really, really well. And I decided I owe it to him to work on myself too. I've heard this so many times about, teaching your kids that you mean it the first time. So I went into the mommy blogosphere and I reached out to Krista Rizzo, the owner of Why Am I Yelling Parenting Coaching. And I had a call with her today, and she gave me some tips that I plan to implement and see how they work, and reach back out to her later, perhaps have her on this show. She has more tips, free tips on her blog and website, which can be found at whyamiyelling.com. How great is that? Whyamiyelling.com. So I have a few tips. You can see more of them underneath in the comments below. But number one that I got out of the session today was, when they ignore you, say, when you're talking to me, you have my undivided attention, and I expect the same from you. And that only works if you don't talk to your kids while you're on your cell phone, right? It's mirroring the behavior. Number two, turn requests into non-negotiables, like, I need you to help me out and pick up the pretzels off the floor. Number three, turn it into a game. I've heard this a lot. You have 3 minutes to get ready. I'm timing you. Let's go. And you can even give them your phone and let them watch the timer or something like that. All iPhones are have a built-in timer in them. Number four, make him excited about being the older sibling. You can say, you're old enough now, and I think I can depend on you to be the example. Number five, set expectations for the day and let kids know a snippet of what your adult day looks like. It encourages sharing. And what I thought was interesting about Krista is that she started doing this with her kids when they were babies, so that they got used to hearing what she was doing. And I'll give you an example. Okay, today at 7:45, we're headed to school. At 8, I'll be getting on a conference call with my client. At 2, I'm going to pick you up. And, the sixth tip is start requests with, can you do me a favor? Or this is what needs to happen next. When you do lose it, tip number 7 is, let them know there's a reason that you're being spoken to this way. I've asked you 3 times, and then apologize, of course. And the 8th tip is getting on the same page as your partner. And I'll put more in about that in the comments below. I hope that this finds you happy and well in a great space with your kids. Here's to your health, the health of your families, and the health of the planet. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any comments, ideas, guidance around yelling and staying patient with your children, please put them in the comments below. I'd love to see them, and I'd love to hear anything else you'd like to see on this blog. Expect much more in the future.